Hey guys, I am back. As a disclaimer, I'm wearing the same shirt I was in my last video because I said I was gonna do all these videos in one day so I can go ahead and get everything off my chest. Okay, so if you didn't watch the last one, this one is gonna be about my sickle cell, doctors, the meds, changing, all of that. So if you do have sickle cell or illness, feel free to watch. If you don't, then this isn't the video for you. I've been doing my birth chart recently. I'll show you again. This is the book I've been reading. The book, it says that my goal here in my life in the 10th house is I have a career in public growth. I don't know how else to incorporate that besides using YouTube as my career and being in the public eye. So we're gonna try something new here. I have been in the ER 12 times this year. And it's only April. I've been having significant pain. Most days I have pain daily. Right now I'm feeling alright. But I mean, with sickle cell, you never know. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk about because I remember days where, high school, middle school, I just didn't have pain at all. And then I would just have a crisis out of nowhere and then I'd be out of school for like weeks. But as an adult, I have been dealing with pain more recently here, more frequently. And the more I talk about my pain, I've always wanted to consider, is there something else? Is there a holistic remedy that I could be on? A holistic medication, something that's not pain medication? You know, because more and more recently, the pain medicine I've been on for years. I've been on for maybe off and on all my life, but consistently for 11 years. And it just seems like it doesn't help. I'm not one of those people who are on morphine at home, Dilaudid at home, fentanyl patches. All I get is Norco. That's it. That's all I've been on ever. And speaking with my last hematologist, he was a white man, and he explained to me that's the only thing that I could be on that would keep me a functional person, and a functional parent. Because at the time, my baby was new. So we agreed to that. And when I got with my new doctor, that's what I stayed on. Nothing else was ever offered to me besides just plain old Norco, Lortab. So over the years, it has helped me, but I've wanted to get off of it because it's like, and what I mean off of it is there anything else that I could have the use for breakthrough pain medication? Because when I call my doctors, and it's especially during COVID, when I was instructed not to go to the hospital because COVID was there. And if I walked in the front door, I was going to get COVID. So it's either take my Norco at home, excuse me, or take my Norco, excuse me, take my Norco at home or take my Norco at home. Those are my only options. Finally, I said, screw it. I don't have any other breakthrough pain medication. I've got to go to the ER. So then it become take your Norco at home or go to the ER. Those are my only options. So after a while, as you can imagine, my body's just becoming tolerant to the medication, building a higher tolerance. And it's not working as much anymore because when I would call my doctor to see what they wanted me to do, It would tell me to increase my water intake, do my regular routines, do my regular heating pad, regular hot showers, and everything else that I do to help. Drink my hot teas. I do my meditations. I do a plethora of other things to help with my pain. But they would always tell me to increase my Norco. So go from, I only take a half a pill, if that, maybe a half a pill. They would tell me to take a whole one or increase it to 2. Then it would go from take 2 every 4 to 6 hours to alternate between Norco and ibuprofen every 4 hours, and make sure I took 2 instead of like a half. So to me, it's a lot. And imagine me going from like a half a pill to taking 2 whole ones. I mean, over time, of course, your body's going to build a tolerance to it. So I would run out more often, and then I would have to call in a prescription more earlier than I would normally have to. And so this became a thing the past few months, being that I've been in the ER 12 times this year. It become a thing where I just want to know what else we can do here. And so at this last appointment with my doctor, when I finally what's going on? What can we do? And I talked to you guys even in the video before about how they're wanting to tell me that my pain is a muscle spasm. How they're wanting to tell me that my pain is something else. How it's stemming from something else. How my pain is coming from up above. How my pain is coming from down below. It's not a crisis, or if it is a crisis, it's something else. And so, here we are. So, what they have suggested is starting in a couple of days, we are going to stop taking my pain medication altogether and put me on something called buprenorphine, or it's also the brand name Suboxone. And I was like, what's that? And so she explained to me that it is a pain medication that's going to last longer, and it's going to work perfectly, and everything's going to be great. So I was like, okay. And then we're going to start me on something called Criz Infusions. And I was like, all right, that's where we're going with this, along with my hydroxyurea and my Andari. And that's all we're going to do. And I'm like, okay, great. Sounds like more drugs to me, but at least I'll have some breakthrough pain medication to take when I'm having crisis. And so we hung up. And later on that night, about 5:30, the nurse calls me and tells me not to take any more of my pain medication if I have crisis, to come in the next day of my appointment, and they're going to start to wean me off my pain medication, and the Suboxone will start that. But I was just wondering, if I'm not in pain that day or something like that, what would be the, what am I taking it for, or is it as needed? So I had to stay in the office for 4 hours, and I was like, that's kind of weird. So I need to take 4 hours out of my day for one pain medication? Like, that's odd. I've never did anything like this before. So long story short, I got off the phone and I typed in Suboxone, because at no point had I typed it in the computer. And every story I saw on YouTube and everything I typed in Google, it looks like it's a withdrawal medication for people who are on heavy drugs, like, I'm just going to say heavy street drugs, who are addicts. And I'm just like, what the heck is this? And so I also read that, it's going to reject any pain medication that I need if I ever have to go to the ER again or be admitted to the hospital. This pain medication is so strong that it's going to reject everything else. And I'm just wondering, like, how we got to this point. Because I was just like, wow. But I did talk to a few family members and friends about it, and they're telling me that I should just tell them never mind. No, I wasn't fully informed about what we were going to be doing. And can they just give me something for breakthrough when I need it, and we just leave it at that? Also, Adacvio, it's also known as Criz Infusions, and I have to go in for 10 weeks. I'm going to put the link to my actual doctor promoting the medication and explaining how it works for sickle cell patients in the description box below. I'm not really sure that I want to go through with it because it seems very invasive and demanding of a medication to be on. And I know it's like, well, if you're in pain, wouldn't you want to be on something that can help take the pain away? And the answer is absolutely, of course. I wouldn't dream of it. However, it's the fact that I also have to be careful about everything that the doctors are trying to stick and jam in your body. And I can't get one doctor to talk to me about any other holistic remedy or anything positive outside of more and more drugs. When I talk to my doctors about things like elderberry or I think I've said this before on my channel, my doctor is from Africa, and she's been doing this for like 27 years. And she said when she treated sickle cell patients over in Africa, she never had to write a narcotic prescription ever. It wasn't until she got to America that she had to write her first narcotic prescription. And now she's known, I don't know if it's just in Atlanta, because she used to work in Atlanta before she worked in Charlotte, as the doctor who writes the most narcotic prescriptions ever, period. I don't know if it's the whole U.S. or just these two cities. But I think she worked upstate too, somewhere. But she's known for this because she treats sickle cell patients. She's known for writing the most narcotic prescriptions ever. But she doesn't understand why over here we're giving narcotics, and over in Africa they weren't given that. And I've always posed the question, well, what did they do over there? What did they take? What did they use? And when asking about anything other than narcos or prescription drugs, she always answers, that's above my pay grade. And she never says it in a nasty way, but it's always a matter of fact way. That's above my pay grade to talk about anything like Dr. CB or Dr. CB recommended. So it's just, we also have to be careful as patients to not just take everything promoted medication wise, because it also can affect, I've always been told, and also working in the pharmacy, I know that doctors and pharmacists get a check for every new drug they want to give a patient. They get a portion. So it kind of made me really eerie seeing her promoting the medicine on the actual drugs website, Like, I get it. She's in the business of helping us sickle cell patients feel better. But my doctor, out of all doctors, is on the actual drugs website. When you type it in, Criz Infusions. So, Criz Infusions, along with Suboxone, is what they're wanting to change my regimen to. And I was so open-minded about it. I asked my doctor what she suggested, and this is what she suggested. And this is, it's a bit overwhelming for me, but I also don't want to be in pain every day. And I'm just struggling with the idea and the thought of just continuously being pumped full of prescription meds. Like one pill that helped with breakthrough pain, so I don't have to take the Norcos, or either switching up, to another medication would have been fine, but we're about to have it. So I'm on a medication that addicts need to get off, addictive things that are illegal, and I'm about to start doing infusions for weeks. I thought it was going to be like blood transfusions, but I don't think it is. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to go to the appointment with an open heart and an open mind. But I'm definitely going to tell them that I don't think that this is for me. I'm definitely thinking the cis treatments for pain would help, but I'm very nervous and uneasy about it, and I'm very skeptical about the way they inform me about it, because the doctor didn't tell me anything in detail about it. The nurse is the one that called me and told me all the other information. So these are the changes that are being made in my sickle cell treatment. It's a bit heavy for me to comprehend, and I comprehend it. Let me not say that. It's a bit heavy for me to understand the transition. I don't want to say understand. It's a bit heavy for me to take it all in right now. So if anyone else is having Criz Infusions or on buprenorphine, or if I'm saying that correctly, Suboxone, for your sickle cell pain, which I doubt that's something I can take as needed for pain, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I really appreciate you guys listening and talking to me and sharing your stories with me as well. So I'm going to do another video right after this. I'll be wearing the same outfit. And again, I would love your feedback. Talk to you soon. Peace.